I think when studios set out to make a movie like this, especially like Zootopia, if you have seen it, they're setting out to make a movie that kids can enjoy and be wrapped up in, but that parents can also enjoy, so that parents don't mind putting it on when their kids want to watch it over and over again. How did they hide it so deep and someone would never
We
find
see
it?
like different pictures of like your mugshot, you on the different episodes of the podcast, all flying up, and then it's like, is Aaron in on it too? And I'm like, no, I'm not. We're going off track a little bit.
If you guys forgot, we're talking about the Zootopia 2 teaser trailer,
Welcome to Backseat Directing,
where we talk about movies, TV shows, comics, and more.
we're your hosts,
Andrew,
and Aaron.
we put out new episodes every Monday and Thursday.
And on this episode, we're reacting to the teaser trailer for Zootopia 2.
3, 2, 1.
Action. We didn't have the set fully
Prepared?
prepared.
And didn't have that sentence fully prepared either. Today we're talking about Zootopia 2's teaser trailer, or as I like to call it, Zootopia.
That's rude.
Which they, I guess, originally planned to do a Zootopia 2 a while ago, and I think they ended up turning it into a bunch of shorts, like a series of episodic events on Disney Plus, which I don't think highlighted the main characters Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps. I got it. I don't think
Lockdown.
I don't think it starred them. I think it was just like different people from the like Zootopia verse. So they had like Duke Weaselton and the rat godfather daughter goddaughter in there. But I haven't watched that series, so
Oh, you're saying that series has already like been
I
out?
believe so. I believe it's been released.
Okay. At first, I thought you were saying that's what they were going to do for this, and then they decided to turn it into a movie, which was this. Kind of like what they did with Moana.
Yeah, I think this was more of a full-blown movie from the start.
Okay. I thought it was that too. I was just misunderstanding where you were coming
Yeah,
from.
there's something on here called, on Disney Plus, Zootopia Plus.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, it's what
a
I
good
think.
name.
It's a series of episodes. The first one looks like it's about the Hop family. Then there's like the real rodents of Little Rodentia. The Duke Weaselton episode, yeah. So it's a 6-episode series that you can check out on Disney Plus. I want to say Zootopia was on in front of me somewhat recently. I know you like this movie. I like Zootopia a lot. I like Jason Bateman as Nick Wilde. He's a good actor, good voice actor in this movie. But when was I just watching it? I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I'm around a lot of kids in my family. So they'll just like, there'll be a movie where I see like the middle section of it and not the beginning or end.
I was going to guess like maybe Sierra's grandparents or something when the kids were over or something, maybe.
Oh, her grandparents don't watch Zootopia.
When the kids were over, maybe, is what I said. Did you not listen to what I'm saying?
You said maybe Sierra's grandparents when the kids were over.
Yeah.
Like you meant maybe they put it on. But I took it as maybe they were just watching it when the kids were over.
Oh my
They're like, come on over, kids, we're watching Zootopia. No, I think Miles is watching it at some point. But it is a really fantastic movie for kids and adults. We're always on here talking about how much we love animation and how the idea of animation, cartoons, just being for kids is silly, because I think when studios set out to make a movie like this, especially like Zootopia, if you have seen it, they're setting out to make a movie that kids can enjoy and be wrapped up in, but that parents can also enjoy, so that parents don't mind putting it on when their kids want to watch it over and over again. Because if you watch the first
More
Zootopia,
importantly, don't mind going to the theaters.
yeah, exactly. They want both to like it, because if the parents hate it, it's not going to play as much.
Right.
So they're making movies like Incredibles, tons of family stuff in there, adult style jokes and humor. Zootopia has all kinds of themes about classism and racism and like the whole animal society, and then like animals turning feral is like a whole metaphor, very obviously, for racism and prejudice. And it's super cool because it's something you can dissect and enjoy out of a movie that's meant to be for kids, but it has these deeper themes for adults to like, and to get kids thinking about this stuff early. The concept of like not judging people by the books by the cover, you know, I really like Zootopia for that reasons, but Aaron's got the trailer queued up, so you guys probably don't want to hear me talk like this anymore. But make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our awesome content that's coming up.
Here we go. Water.
Some new biomes of Zootopia, desert, underwater. Wouldn't look like that. Wasn't this the last wish? I would say that this is kind of better and divulges more than most teaser trailers.
Right?
I kind of thought that they were going to stop at just saying like, here comes Zootopia 2 and just show random characters on screen. But I feel like a lot of that is probably, you know, some foreshadowing of what to expect in the movie. It looks like they're taking that snake with them everywhere. So maybe that's a victim or a key witness or something that they're protecting throughout the movie. Maybe like a new big character in the movie. And they showed them travel to all these new environments that are probably going to be important parts of the movie. I imagine they picked all that stuff for the reason. They clearly look like they showed their villain. You can look at that hooded figure and be like, well, that's a dang villain right there. I mean, unless, hey.
Like that sheep lady from the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Just come back to haunt them.
Man, I can think of her name. Is Mayor Lionheart, and he calls her Smeller or something. Because she calls him Lion Fart, and he calls her Smeller.
Is it Bellwether?
Yeah, he calls her Smellweather. Bellwether. Yeah.
There we go.
Nice. Google coming in clutch.
Yeah, I was thinking.
If you're just listening on audio, Aaron remembered that organically.
Yes, boom. There we go. It's all up here.
I'm a vault baby locked down.
No, I was going to say the same thing, that I think this trailer gave a little bit more than what it might seem.
Honestly, teaser trailers usually suck.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, like...
Or it's like a full-out trailer and it's not really a teaser.
The Superman teaser trailer was great, but that was more like, I feel like more like a full-length trailer. There just wasn't any words spoken in that teaser trailer.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's why they got away with not putting out the full-length trailer for such a long time.
Yeah. No, they've showed us a lot of different locations that the film seems to be going to. The underwater is completely different, but it also looks like they're going way further out than what we saw in the first one.
Yeah, going to a desert, so definitely
tundra.
Yeah, new biomes. That one area is like mountainous, so I think it'll be a lot of fun because that'll introduce us to new, entire new classes of creatures. Because as we know, different animals live in different environments for you know their biology. Yeah. Or vice versa. Their biology develops to that environment depending on what you believe.
So we talk about movies a lot on here. I want to ask you a few trivia questions, more so on the like stats of this movie. Okay, so what year did Zootopia drop?
Oof. I'm probably gonna say it's older than I expect because my gut reaction is like 2018. I feel like it's going to be a little older than I expect. I'm going to say 2016.
Good job. 2016.
Yes. But doesn't that feel like much longer than you would think?
I mean, that's almost 10 years.
It's almost a decade.
Yeah.
Makes me feel old. I didn't watch that movie till a while after it came out. That makes it harder to date, too.
Yeah.
I watched it a couple of years ago.
I saw it at home for the first time. Yeah. So not in theaters. Okay, IMDb has this rated a what out of 10?
8.4.
Ooh, so close. An 8.0.
Uh,
So you're right
I give
there.
him a little more credit.
Yeah. Okay, this one may be a little bit harder, but what is the budget for this film?
Animated
Pixar movie, or it's a Disney movie. Sorry, it's not Pixar.
150 million.
Did you look this up before we
Am
started?
I on it?
That's what it says.
Are you yanking my chain?
No, that's what it says. 150 million.
I just know movies, dude.
Dude, that's why I started out this little game with that we review a lot of movies here.
I know how much it costs to make animated movies.
Yeah, that
I
was
feel like
good.
it's usually in that wheelhouse. Like a Pixar Disney movie, 120 to,
Yeah.
less than 200 usually.
That's why I said like this might be a hard question, but maybe not, because all the budgets kind of seem to be the same for each studio or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the box office?
I know this one I have kind of a cheat on my guess because you talked about it when you drafted it for your box office team, but I think it made like $1 billion.
It didn't make like $1 billion. It made $1 billion.
Yeah. So like that mark of like $1 billion, 1 million, not 100, but like $1 billion, like very close to $1 billion, right?
Yep. Okay, here's a little tougher one for you, I think. How long is the movie?
Animated movies usually don't run that long. I'm going to say, what margin of error do I get?
If you're within 5 minutes, I'd be extremely impressed. 10 minutes, okay. Anything more than that, you don't know.
Hour 32.
You seem fairly confident there. Unfortunately, you're under by more than 5.
Really?
It's an hour and 48 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my original guess was like a little bit longer, but that's long for an animated movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like what you would think of as like a full length kind of feature, Typically an hour and a half, I'd say, is like, oh, wow, that's a shorter movie, 2 hours is probably what feels like the average these days. And then 2 hours and 30 minutes or more is like a lot of these big epic movies that we've come to know.
I just watched Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning the other day. That's like a 2 hour, 45-minute movie.
Yeah, that one is a long one, right?
For no reason. I mean, nonstop, like action, but.
Yeah, so that concludes our...
I can't end on that question.
No, you want another one?
I can't believe I was off by so much. I should have guessed higher. That's okay. I think that this was a cool way to do a teaser trailer. It's almost like an announcement trailer because I haven't heard much talk about Zootopia 2 yet. So it's almost kind of just one of those trailers that announces the movie.
Yeah. You have to think that they're gonna really start to up the marketing for this, right? Because of how much the first one made.
Also, the one thing this trailer showed too that we didn't necessarily mention yet is a bunch of side characters from the previous movies. Like they showed the cheetah, who I want to say was maybe voiced by Jonah Hill in the first one. They showed Flash the sloth. They showed the like hippie guy who was voiced by like the Cheech and Chong guy. They showed like a whole bunch of characters that will be, I assume, coming back from the first movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did show a lot of
recurring cast members.
Recurring cast. This movie comes out November 26th, so right around Thanksgiving. Kind of getting into this, probably still be in theaters around Christmas time too.
That's a good date.
So I think that's a great date for a family movie like this.
Yeah.
Like Thanksgiving's all about hanging out with family. Christmas is all about hanging out with family. So
movies like this stay in theaters for 2 months, and they're going to get Thanksgiving break, Christmas break. It'll be in for both. It's going to ride out. It's going to be steadily chugging, making 30, 40 million, like for a couple of weeks after the initial release time.
So our last trivia question, I guess, we won't have answered until next year, but how much do you think this movie will make?
I think it'll make less than the first one. I think movies just don't have the same juice in the box office and theaters that they did in 2016, 2018, 19. I'm going to say at least 750.
Yeah, that's still a lot. Almost 75%. I think it'll make more than that. I feel like closer to the 900 range. Because like you said, like movies might not have as much power in the theaters as they did back then, but look at Inside Out 2 from last year. You know, that's, I feel like, kind of comparable to this, you know?
I think there's going to be some other competitive releases too in that time frame. Like Avatar: Fire and Ash is going to come out in December.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Money out of people's
I
pocket.
don't know if that's necessarily like the same demographic, though.
It doesn't
you
matter
know?
if it's the same demographic though, because everybody and their mother's going to see Avatar, and like those people's kids who want to see Zootopia, like better luck next weekend.
So they'll go next weekend.
You hope.
So this movie is on one of our teams for the box office draft, and the box office draft is where in the beginning of the year Andrew and I pick 5 movies going back and forth like a draft, and at the end of it we accumulate how much money each team has made worldwide according to IMDb. Last 2 years Andrew won, and then this year it's looking like I'm gonna win because I have Avatar: Fire and Ash.
You know what they say? Because bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to fly too close to the sun now, Icarus.
Yeah, like you trying to win 3. Remember when the Chiefs were trying to 3-peat?
That's why I had to give you first pick this year to give you a fighting chance.
Yeah, normally the loser gets first pick.
But just you wait. Not in the lottery system. Not in the lottery system, baby. That's how the NBA does it, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, I'm excited for this movie.
Can't wait to have first pick next year. You thought I was a cocky son of a bitch before. Just wait till you hear me run my mouth next year.
Hey, I've been pretty mellow.
I'm already moving.
I've been pretty mellow. I feel like if you had the team that I have right now, you would bring it up every single episode we did.
I will be running my mouth next year. I'm already moved on to emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I'm on next year already.
That's what I did last year.
And
you were like, "Oh, come on, that's not fun. Focus on this year."
Well, I'm not really. I'm actually super depressed.
Yeah, so was I last year.
Just out of curiosity, how much money has Thunderbolts made? Hey Siri, how much money has Thunderbolts made at the box office? You're useless.
I don't think it's as high as you want it to be.
Is it over 5?
I don't think so.
Please be over 5.
I got it. You ready?
Yeah.
How much do you think it is?
400.
328 million.
Does that say internationally or domestically?
It says gross worldwide.
How is it made less than the Captain America: Brave New World movie?
Because that had a more recognizable name, maybe?
Oh my god. Yeah, the most frustrating thing to me is just that I didn't pick Minecraft. I could have lived with losing so much better if I had picked Minecraft. And
what is that at right now?
A billion? I don't know. It's at like above 900 million for sure.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So you think 900?
I think it's the highest grossing movie of the year so far.
930.
Yeah. If I had at least just picked that, then I could sleep better at night. But now I have to feel like I'm a freaking idiot.
Well, I feel like that would make it a lot closer, you know, and I'd be sweating right now, you know?
Yeah.
Because
the 2 movies that I do have that have come out have not cumulatively made more than Minecraft.
Not even close.
Yeah. They'd be like 700 together.
750 together. Whew. Yeah, so Andrew has what movies on your team?
Mission Impossible.
Okay.
Final Reckoning.
Yeah.
Superman.
Okay.
Thunderbolts. Captain America, Brave New World, and Fantastic Four.
Man, when you say it, it's like, oh, that's a stacked team.
But then there's also this year Jurassic World Rebirth coming out, and Avatar: Fire and Ash, and Zootopia 2, and How to Train Your Dragon, and whatever else you have.
What is the last one I have?
I don't know. I know your team better than you do. I just named 4 out of 5. You can't do 1.
I'll think of it. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, you have a bunch of billion-dollar movies on your team. A $2 billion movie, and then
possibly a $2 billion.
$2 billion, and then $1 billion Jurassic World Rebirth.
What do you think the floor for Avatar is?
A floor would probably be $1 billion to $1.5 billion, even possibly.
2025 box office. Wicked for good.
So My only
which I haven't heard anything about.
My only plan right now
is if one of my movies doesn't come out this year.
No, not that. That wouldn't be enough. So I'm gonna go to the house of every director of every one of your movies and plant incriminating, cancelable, life-ruining material and photograph it, post it to Twitter, and then it's so unimaginably horrific that people can't can't have their conscience intact if they go to see what
they were seen like bullying a redhead or something.
I'm gonna have to find James Cameron's house and just implicate him in the most wild criminal behavior so that no one goes to see Avatar: Fire and Ash. And it's gonna weigh heavy on me, but
I mean, if you do that too soon, though, people will still go watch it anyways.
We'll have to time it to 2 weeks before the release of each movie to have enough.
But is that enough time?
Well,
for the word to get around,
the internet.
People,
have you seen the internet?
But for people to actually like disconnect with the movie, you know,
I think that's a sweet spot. I've done a lot of research.
You think 2 weeks is the sweet spot
before each release of each film?
I would say like 3-4 weeks.
Split hairs.
I think it makes a big difference though, because if it's too close to the movie, people are already excited and basically have already bought their tickets.
People are going to be,
if not actually have bought their tickets, and they're going to go
this year. People are going to be like, how is the director of all 5 of these movies implicated as being the Zodiac killer from the 70s? Like, some of these directors were babies. Like, how is there evidence linking all of them to this tapestry of all these unsolved crimes? Like, they're saying that,
and then some TikToker is gonna go and like find how they're all connected and lead it back to the podcast, to this episode, Zootopia trailer reaction.
Zootopia trailer. Wait, they said in the Zootopia trailer reaction that they're going to implicate James Cameron as being part of the Lizard Illuminati. How did they hide it so deep and someone we never find it?
Like different pictures of like your mugshot, you on the different episodes of the podcast, all flying up, and then it's like, is Aaron in on it too? And I'm like, no, I'm not.
The background of other episodes of the podcast, future episodes, you see me on like a chalkboard, like hair, like ripping hairs out of my head, trying to figure out how to plan my dastardly deeds.
And then it turns out you did do it 4 weeks before because you took my word for it,
and then it didn't work. And too soon.
It didn't work because I actually did reverse research where I looked into what would be the wrong date to release all that information.
You become the PR person for the studios and twist it into a viral marketing scheme where it actually makes the movies make more money.
I go to the red carpet premieres without you.
Come see the movie that was directed by the actual Zodiac killer, a time-traveling Zodiac killer who was actually a baby, but went back and did it in his 30s.
I go, what a fool, Andrew.
And all I had to do was create a time machine.
Okay, we should end this episode. We're going off track a little bit.
If you guys forgot, we're talking about the Zootopia 2 teaser trailer.
Yes, and I'd love to know what you guys think of the trailer. What's your level of excitement for Zootopia 2? Zootopia, the first, was one of my favorite animated movies, and I'm really excited for the second one. I hope it does good in the theaters, not only for my team, but also just so the movie gets out there. Andrew, where can the people find us?
Oh, you can find us everywhere that you guys have social media. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X. We're on anywhere you listen to podcasts. We're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We've been really doing well on Instagram lately. Make sure you follow us on there. You can find all our green screen videos there, and TikTok, where we rant and rave and talk about how much we love season 2 of The Last of Us so much. But you can also find us right here. Right here on our full-length podcast episodes. Boom. Make sure you have that notification bell clicked so you don't miss the release of extra episodes that we've been dropping weekly. We've been doing a lot of streaming The Last of Us. That probably won't be able to last too much longer because we'll finish the game eventually. But we are enjoying gaming, so you can give us suggestions for what game you want us to play next. You guys can also find us directly in our Discord. The link should be below in the episode description. You can click on it there, and you can join directly into the conversation with us, friends of the show, past guests of the show, other fans and subscribers. We got a good community growing in there. We do polls. We do all kinds of conversations, trailer drops. We talk about new movies, old movies. It's tons of fun.
Yeah, definitely. You got to click on that link, and it's totally free to join. So make sure you click on it and get in there. We're excited to chat with you more. Thanks so much for watching, and that's a wrap.